What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy Jay Tuck back with another Cowboys fans only episode. We got a lot to talk about. It feels like football season is finally here. We've waited for so long, so long, but it's starting to feel like football. You know, around Christmas time, it's beginning to feel a lot like football. But before we get into that, y'all know the drill. Go ahead, comment, like, subscribe. Somewhere down there. Also, make sure you follow my man Sid. Shouts out to my boy Sid, Dallas Cowboys for Life channel. That's my guy. We got a lot of content coming up. Excited to work with my boy, man. We got a lot of stuff we're working on. But let's speed all that. So today was the day we've been waiting for so long. Tuck, where's Jerry? We don't know where Jerry's at. And I felt like Jerry was off since the draft, selling the 7 C's on that fabulous yacht, just not caring about football. But today, finally, people, we get a Jerry Jones sighting. So Jerry Jones is back. Yes, he's back. Welcome back. Jerry's back. And he was back better than ever. So the Dallas Cowboys press conference took effect today around 11 o'clock. And if you were like me, you were tuned in. Lots of Cowboys fans were actually tuned in, and they were clamoring to every little word. What was he going to say? What was he going to do? And I feel like a lot of the media, they were waiting on the clickbait material for Jerry Jones to provide. So the first question, boom, out the gate. Jerry Jones, how do you feel about the anthem? Your stance 2 years, how has it changed? But Jerry was sharp. And I know a lot of people just talk to me on Twitter. They're kind of upset that Jerry kind of toed the line. But Jerry was prepared because this wasn't the typical shock value Jerry. He was well thought out. Like I said, it was like a presidential speech. Like, it was like, we interrupt this news for Jerry Jones. In the way Jerry addressed Cowboys Nation, you felt like he was in full control of the conversation out the gate. So he addressed the anthem thing. He said it's going to grace. Grace is the main word that Jerry used quite a lot when it comes to the anthem protest and how he's going to deal with the Cowboys. And so what I understand is Jerry is going to try to work on a compromise, like maybe not protest the anthem, maybe let the players do something else. You know how Jerry is he's a thought-provoking guy, and he's a salesman. That's the one thing I've always said about Jerry Jones versus Stephen Jones. Jerry Jones is a salesman. Like, he sold me. I don't know what the hell he was selling today, but he sold me. Like, I'm ready to buy. Like, I'm ready to go buy tickets. Just let me know the price. I'm about to be in the stadium, because that's one thing he talked about. He said there will be a Dallas Cowboys season, that we will play all full games, no interruptions, and it will be in front of the fans at home. What? And he kept talking about how dynamic our stadium is, which we know. I mean, we know AT&T Stadium is the best football stadium on the planet. And so it feels like Jerry and his team has been strategizing, how can we get fans safely into AT&T Stadium? So he talked about using pods in different areas and different things like that. Now, I'm going to tell you like this. I'm going to be 100% honest, because this is what I do here on the show, and it wouldn't be Cowboys fans only if we wasn't keeping it real. Jerry has these bright ideas, but how long will it last? I don't know. But I feel like for the first few games that are at home, so that Atlanta game, that first home game, there will be fans in attendance. And so I don't know if it's going to be like a Hunger Games type ordeal where we're going to have to, fight it out to get those tickets, because he kept mentioning suites. And if you know, like I know, those suites aren't cheap, so they're damn sure not going to be cheap this time around. So how the pricing is going to work, how's it going to impact the fans? What does that mean for tailgaters, all right? I just talked to my mom on the phone, and she was like, well, maybe we can go tailgate. I don't know. So there's a lot of things still up in the air, but Jerry sounds extremely confident that we will have a full football season and there will be fans in attendance. And I think what he was talking about is that the fans who are going to go to the game, we're fully aware we're in a pandemic, so it's pretty much enter at your own risk. So that's a question I want to ask. Everybody enter down in the chat. Do you feel comfortable going to a football game during this COVID-19 outbreak? I know it's split. I mean, some people don't care. They're ready for the entertainment. They're ready to travel, rightfully so. I understand, but some people are like, nah, I can't do it. Because he said that the fans are in the same predicament as the players, that we have an opportunity to stay at home and protect our loved ones and, not being involved with the whole COVID thing. But we also have the opportunity to go to the games and get our entertainment. Now, I will say this, kind of being a devil's advocate. I feel like in some magnitudes, you have to have the responsibility to protect people from themselves. But we've kind of seen in 2020, people are going to do whatever the hell it is they want to do anyways. So play ball. And I feel like that was Jerry's thought process. He has mentioned he's been on numerous Zoom calls with the NFL, like just trying to work things out. And if Jerry addressed things on those Zoom calls like he was addressing today, I'm sure he was very dynamic in speaking out. Now, we saw the Washingtons come out today, and they said they're not going to have any fans. So every team is moving this situation different. I mean, the Raiders in Vegas, it was going to be their home opener. In Las Vegas, they're not going to have fans in the stadium. There's Eagles, I don't believe, is going to have. So there's so many teams saying they are going to have fans or not going to have fans. So I think it's really going to be on the owner to dictate how they want to maneuver. But besides that, from a football aspect, I watched this interview twice, and I feel like there's a new breath of fresh air when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. I feel like there's a lot of excitement when it comes to Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy, he seems like a general. Like, just off the bat, I was watching the interview, and it's like, damn, Mike is standing up during this whole, like, Jerry's just talking, yapping away, doing what Jerry does, and Mike was still standing firm, not being asked a question. Like, so I feel like Mike McCarthy is going to be a real football guy, man. He's going to come in and get these guys in shape. So I feel like some of the things that the team was able to get through, like right now, look at him. He's standing up firm. I see you, Mike. Salute to Mike. But I feel like a lot of the things that the teams was able to get away with under Jason Garrett era isn't going to fly with Mike McCarthy and his new staff. So it looks like he's locked and loaded for football. The organization seems to be locked and loaded in football. And what's most importantly, our quarterback, Dak Prescott, seems locked and loaded for football. And Dak Prescott is lean, bruh. Lean. He's lean. And he mentioned this, that everyone's saying he looks much leaner, but he's mentioned that he looks the same weight. He's weighing the same weight. But Dak Prescott looks a lot thinner, so I'm not sure if it's muscle. Is he more, like, of course I'm not checking out his body like that, but shouts out to my girl Bella. I know she probably is. So she could probably tell you a lot more than I can. But, Dak Prescott looks a lot leaner than what he normally looks, even his face. You can tell if people tend to lose weight, you see it in their face first and then in their body. So Dak Prescott seems to be locked in for this NFL season. There was tons of questions they asked him about the contract. And, Dak is always going to be a professional. He's always going to say the right thing. So I feel like he, as long with Jerry, they handled the conversation very well. Now, when Jerry was asked about the contract, he's confident it's going to be a deal done, but he was confident last year as well. He kind of used COVID and different things like that, and then the economy cycle, why of the NFL, that's possibly why they were unable to reach a deal. So they're very confident it's going to be done in the future. Dak seems to continue to trust Todd France, even though Todd France has moved over from his agency, CAA. So it looks like Dak is going to ride it out. So it really comes down to who's going to give. But I feel like them being back in football, like once you're back in football, things tend to get back to business. And I honestly, and I know I've said this numerous shows that Dak Prescott at the beginning of the end has begun in Dallas, but I don't know. Maybe it's just a fan of me. I feel excited to see all my guys back together, seeing them do interviews, to see Jerry, to see Dak, seeing CD, like seeing Mike McCarthy. So the fandom, I apologize, y'all. I know I'm supposed to keep it real on this show, but the fandom is starting to come out again, man. But you can't help to get excited. Like, that's what we came here for. We all share a love and passion for Dallas Cowboys football. So I'm starting to get excited, man. I'm starting to think like, damn, Tuck, do you need to start buying tickets? Like, how do we get a ticket? Who do we need to contact? Calm down. But that's what Jerry does best. He's a salesman, and I'm fully sold in Dallas Cowboys season. So, as I've mentioned numerous times, man, if there is a season, I feel like the Dallas Cowboys are equipped to go the distance and do whatever. If it's the Asterisk Bowl in Tampa, then so be it. But I feel like it looks like the organization right now is in sync when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm excited. I know a lot of people on Twitter, shouts out to my Twitter fam, they're excited about what they see as well. I thought Jerry Jones had a great interview, the way he conducted himself. Like I said, he conducted himself like a leader. Not everybody's going to agree, but here's the thing: Jerry Jones was never going to appease everybody. But everybody wanted Jerry to say something they can cherry pick. They wanted him to say they would absolutely stand for the anthem. He didn't say that, and he didn't say they're absolutely can kneel. He didn't say that. He kind of said they're going to work together as an organization to come up with a solution. And I believe that's possibly the way to kind of find a compromise. I believe people should come together and find a compromise, a togetherness. But it is what it is. Of course, Jerry Jones is protecting his bottom line, but he's a billionaire. What do you expect? So I just wanted to hop on real quick, man. Also, shouts out to Bluff City Cowboys. I'm going to be on their show tomorrow, me and Sid. We're going to dive deep into this NFC East thing. We're going to get it popping, man. I got a lot of great guests coming up on the CFO channel, fam. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I'm serious. I cannot wait to share all this information, man, bring on these guests who I got lined up. So things are moving. Thanks for all the support. Continue to like, comment, subscribe, share, post, follow us on Facebook, all that fun stuff. Hit me on Twitter. Y'all know the drill, man. And we're going to have fun this season because it feels like it's beginning to feel a lot like football around these parts, man. It's your boy Jay Tuck signing off. Peace. How about those Cowboys? Let's go.